That's what I was.
Okay, great.
All right. Meeting is called to order. For all of the public who are attending here. We will begin with the public hearing. 12 Parrot Street.
Hi.
We did receive all certified mail receipts.
Right.
For the people that needed to be notified. We've had no correspondence, either by mail or email or anything, so.
Great.
Okay, so do you guys want to do a presentation of your project, or?
Do we need to read the notice of hearing into the record?
No, I've never done that in the past, so. No.
Do other boards do that? Oh. It went out.
Well, there's no reason for me to read something that everybody else is with anyway.
There is no public here. And
Nor is there public comment.
and it doesn't seem as though any public has called in either. So
How about this? Will any of the applicants tell us if there's anything that has changed since the last time we saw this application?
Yeah, since we last met with you, we took your thoughts and notes regarding the back. Although it's not really noticeable from the street, we loved your suggestion about the French doors, replacing the sliding glass doors we had originally planned to do. And we swapped that out for the French doors, which I think is a great idea. Actually, it looks quite nice on the drawings. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Looks good. Yeah. All right, so therefore, we have the application before us that we have seen before. There's really no reason to sort of beat a dead horse since there's no public here to respond to this, unless Ed wants some information.
No, sir. All set.
Okay.
like that.
Do I have any questions or comments by board members?
I think it looks great. I think the front porch looks good. I like how the new door is kind of a little bit less noticeable than it was in an earlier draft, and the porch, I think it looks great. The French doors look good. I have nothing but good things.
All right, anybody else have any other comments?
Yeah, I agree with Todd. I mean, I think that it's for being such a substantial in terms of square footage, and also I'm sure for you guys for usage, for being such a substantial addition, it really is very sympathetic, I think, to the original structure. With the step back and maintaining the sort of prominence of the original front door, and the way that you have you're maintaining the front staircase and stoop. I think it ticks all the boxes for the types of additions that we like to see in the district. And I think having already a limited sort of palette of materials on the house and not incorporating anything fancy or out of the norm is a great way of dealing with this much square footage that you're adding onto the property, onto the structure. I have no other comments.
I have a question. And I see, for example, on the front elevation, I see 2/2. As far as the month-in pattern, in the back, we've got 6/6. And on the first floor, 1/1. And then on the left elevation, we have 6/1. And on the right elevation, 1/1. So I guess. What do you guys think as far as reducing the number of different versions of Muntin patterns that we have? I guess it's not really clear on these drawings, but
Some of them.
I think we kind of determined the front facade were 2/2, which is why they kept 2/2
All right,
on
the
the
2/2
addition.
you know, the 2/2 is are the top.
Under the triple tracks, we kind of, I think, thought that they were all 2/2.
Yeah, the last discussion that we had was about, because the existing structure has a mix to kind of match by facade. And that was, and particularly since the front facade is kind of the simplest 2/2. I don't have a issue with there being a mix around the building, as long as they're not, as long as they're kind of consistent on a facade by facade basis, particularly for the main facade, because that's really what you're going to see the most. The way that the building is sort of situated, the rear and the, what's the upslope, I guess. The left, the new left are not really that visible. And the right side of the doesn't have any changes made to it. The right side of the building is the one that's kind of downslope, which you can
The
see
one
more.
that has
The bay.
the bay window.
Right, which is already there, yeah, so
Okay, so
no changes are really being made there, the only real changes are being made on the front, the upslope and the rear. And of those three, only the front is really very visible from the street.
Okay, let me ask this.
I've been driving around and stalking your house, so I'm used to.
Ask this question, am I correct that the proposed left elevation is all new?
The proposed left elevation, yes, is all new.
Okay, now, if we have 2/2 on the front, why do we go to 6/1 on the proposed left?
It's a valid question.
Because I
They
would
could all
think,
just be 1/1 to match the proposed right, or the existing right, essentially.
well, I would think, for example, looking.
Oh, I
at
see what you're
this-
saying, because it is that whole facade is going to be new. So they're not matching back to anything.
Right.
Well, right now they're 6/6.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean, realistically,
So they're really
Well-
matching what's in the rear facade.
right, but what you're going to see is really the front facade and the proposed left.
So would it be better to make the two that are most visible from the street, which would be the front and the left, consistent with each other? And then the rear consistent with what the rear is now?
That's what I would think. I mean, it
Oh,
just,
that's easy.
yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, can we just make a note that that's the way it will be?
okay,
So the 5 windows on the proposed left will all become 2/2.
yeah.
Honestly, I have nothing in front of me. I can't see it. So
No, I'm saying that for the
that's what it
record.
is. That's right. That's what it is. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's great.
Well, other board members, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that
that's
that's a reasonable change.
Yeah. Anybody have any other comments?
I do not.
You know,
All right, so therefore, do I have a motion to accept the proposal as modified?
I will make a motion to accept the application as modified.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Todd,
Aye.
I vote aye.
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 Okay. Gosh, done.
The hearing is closed.
The hearing is closed.
Thank you very
very
much.
much.
And we love all your ideas. So thank you very much for your time and energy you put into this.
Thank you
Thanks.
very much.
Good luck. Yes.
Over the weekend, Al will process the paperwork and will forward it on to the building department, and then they will, you can,
And I'll copy you guys, so.
yeah, and then you'll be able to get your permit.
Great.
Okay,
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
take care,
Bye.
take care, Elaine.
Hi, everyone. Thank you.
Okay. Is the mineral guard part of the,
Just the what?
this mineral guard? is it-
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but that was part of 12 Carat. Was over.
Oh, that I think was for, oh, maybe the little shed roofs over the front
Hmm.
porch.
Yeah. Okay. Ed Fortier,
I'm back.
come to us.
Hi, Ed.
The deck is done. Looks great.
Yay.
So we just want to move on to this and hopefully get a jump start early in the spring before everything starts growing. For anybody who's been past the house, they know there's always quite a bit in there.
Okay, so your application is replacement of fence at the front of the house.
Right. What's there now is a combination of some wood posts, some old metal posts that 2x4s are U-bolted to, and just sort of some Home Depot, stock kind of stuff. So this would actually, we'll do this. There's a slight grade right going lower to the left, so we're going to do this by hand and build it so we, offset a little of that slope look. And yeah, we'll attach, each piece individually. It won't be like any sort of stock sections.
So I know, Ed, you and I talked about this a little bit over email, but I think the drawing that you have on the third page kind of explains how
Yeah,
the rails relate to the pickets, and so that'll be see how it's labeled front view.
yeah. It took a little while to get the drawing together. A friend has some software and we worked it out.
Yeah, no, this is perfect. This explains
Yeah.
it.
Comments top and bottom are identical. I just couldn't delete them off of one drawing. So it's exactly the same comments though, top and bottom.
Oh, okay.
So there's no gate,
No.
it's open.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of room there. There's a lilac on one side and flowers and the oil fill actually on the other. So there's
Right.
no room for it really.
And there's no return either, right?
No, there's a very old fence that goes to perimeter, like an old sort of wire that will attach at one side, sort of.
Okay.
This will be a complete replacement, of what's there.
Decorative thing. So
Yeah.
I know also you had asked about materials. We don't, there aren't really any kind of composite fencing materials that have
Right.
that are really up to snuff.
Okay.
We have been a little bit more lenient with pressure treated wood as
Right.
long as it's painted.
Yeah,
It's gotten
actually-
better,
yeah.
paint better.
we already bought the post actually to give them more time to dry out. But we're hoping to get them all primed and painted before we install them.
Okay.
And
But I know you just had a concern about that bottom rail being close to the ground and whether that you could use something else for it.
yeah, because it's actually some number of things. It's people coming by with their dogs that they're not very considerate about. It's
Mhm.
trash blowing around, and actually, when the salt trucks come up and down the street, the salt goes all the way up to the front step. So I'm
Yeah.
just looking for a little bit of protection there, and that I won't have to, constantly repaint. So, yeah. But yeah, we want to do the horizontal section zone cedar because I'm afraid of PT twisting or just not looking right.
Okay.
So the only PT is going to be well, obviously the post will be PT, and then we'll be doing cedar and for the pickets. I think the cedar was the best idea.
Okay, great.
Okay, anybody have any
Nice and clear.
questions?
Nice little-
No question.
I don't think-
I think so.
We love to
I think
see
it is.
this.
I do have to say, it's not the most common sort of design of fence that I've seen, but I think it's really nice. I really.
I-
It's a very
yeah.
handsome proportion.
I actually looked, my direct neighbor, the O'Malley's next door. The fence is, I think, taller, but pretty much exactly the same. They have a
Similar to
very high board on the bottom that I think I'd want mine to be a little shorter, And then down the street, I don't know the last name. Anyway, I've seen them around the village, I thought, and then also in the historic district guidelines,
Mhm.
there was a section that looked very much like this. So I thought this was the more common one. Yeah, we want to have as much light as we can through to the garden.
Yeah.
But give us some barrier between the garden and the throngs of people coming by all the
Yeah.
time. Mostly people are great, but things get a little weird sometimes.
Mhm.
So just a barrier for the garden.
Understandable.
Great.
I like seeing
Right.
the old fence taken out. There's a lot of Home Depot cobbled together fences in the village, so
Yeah,
happy to see one go.
yeah.
you.
I've been wanting to do it. I just want to, I don't think you can get oil paint anymore. I'm just trying to do all of these things in a way that'll last as long as possible. So yeah, I think we'll probably repaint all of this and put it together. That's it.
Do I have a motion concerning the application?
I will move to approve the application as submitted.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye. Approved unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Well, have- That post digging party, I'll send you all the date, let you know.
Yeah.
Come on by. Or post removals, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
All
Okay.
right.
Take care. Good night.
No public comment?
Okay, minutes.
So we have hard copies of the minutes.
I have 3 copies of January 3rd.
I don't have any copies of.
Oh, you have 3 copies of January 3rd?
Yeah.
I have 1
You have
copy.
all of.
I have a copy.
That's what I-
Good. I have one.
You've got one?
I've got the 24th
January
and the 3rd.
3rd.
Well, should we do, so,
That was probably for Lloyd.
oh, right,
Okay, so January 1st,
January 3rd.
okay, January 3rd and the 24th. Okay, so, let's all read through the minutes and see if we have any comments.
So I think what we'll do is, we can, because they're on the Google server. So, Karen, will you just take notes on changes and then you can just update them on the Google server and then Al can sign them off of that.
Okay.
Is that good?
Sure.
I have a few comments. On 216 Main Street. We should just strike Julie and Frederic, because they weren't actually at the meeting,
Mhm.
so only Paul was present. And in the material list, or in the description, could we say 4" by 4" wood posts? Numeral 4"
Oh, sure.
by numeral 4", just
Mhm.
because it's clearer. And then the fourth bullet point, it's what they're actually doing is they are painting the posts on the existing church sign white to match the new sign.
So it'd be the existing sign posts.
Yeah, if I would say posts on existing church sign will be painted white to match new sign,
Got it.
as opposed to,
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Okay.
the way that you have it is correct, but it's more that that was a change that they're doing to the old sign to match the new one.
Anybody have anything else on 216?
No.
Mhm.
Keep on going, John.
On 70, in the board comment, in the last paragraph, I think if we can just. Because I don't think that we. Explain it, but I think because of that slope. Can we say that the bottom of windows to be raised approximately 4". At the lowest point with stucco, is that the best way of saying it? Because it's gonna be 4" at the uphill. So
Or
on the
just say
other,
4" at the,
or we just say minimum, why do we just say will be raised, no, well, how do you want to say it?
Well, it's going to be raised, level with a 4" minimum.
there you go.
Bottom of the windows to be raised,
To be made level with a minimum height of 4".
Mhm.
sure. That makes sense.
Yes.
Also going back to the first paragraph, S Conway said,
No, right.
proclaimed,
Declared.
shouted,
That's Conway where?
declared.
Vinyl. I think I insisted that vinyl hollow windows. I will say stated, I stated it. I didn't reprimand it. But, I think it was a reprimand.
Hey, I have no more comments.
Great, I will make a motion to accept the minutes as modified.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, wait, I need a second.
I'll second it.
Okay,
Yeah.
and you a second.
Aye.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Give me a.
Pump the brake on these minutes.
The 24 minute,
John, on the 24th. Was Todd here?
Todd was absent and Andrew was here, that was
Okay,
my mistake,
so it would be, so we have,
but
we
Laura's
have a-
not here, so it'll just be the three of us.
okay, good, thanks.
But I have no.
So what, is there anything of import that I missed?
No.
All sorts of stuff. You'll just have to. find out.
volunteered to do any
We'll just have to wait until the design standards are released.
Yeah.
Next week, because.
No, it was only, it was really not that much. It was just some minutia. It was actually things that were just
Important minutia.
kind of mislabeled in our notes and that we actually had, other than like 2 or 3 things that we had to just.
Yeah.
So are they,
They were sent back to Kirsten, so.
Yeah.
we don't want to jinx anything here, but done by the end of this year?
Yeah, well, the text. The text of the standards themselves. Are finished.
Mhm.
I think that the only thing that, we just need to proofread what Kirsten does. And we made some assignments concerning some resource guides.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, we need to make sure that, dotted all our i's and crossed all of our t's and make sure that the, paginations and things like that are correct.
So,
We're into the nitty
so
gritty.
theoretically, with the main body, we're done.
Mhm.
good.
And we probably should set up a guard with an armed guard. in Front of it to make sure nobody fools with it. So it's just the resource guides.
Yeah.
That when's our next meeting?
I don't know if we have anything scheduled. There was something, can we just vote on these minutes first?
Oh, okay.
I make a motion to approve them as submitted.
Wait a second. Okay, Todd,
I
second.
I
No, too late.
No, I don't think I can. You can, it wasn't there.
Yeah, that's right, he wasn't. Andrea,
I'm second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, approved.
Okay, so I had on my calendar
Yeah.
that we were, but I think this was from. I had a standards meeting on the calendar for the 28th of February. Is that real or was that a mistake for that?
I had a meeting on a Friday night and I thought that had to be, that had to be my mistake, so,
Oh,
I don't know, these things seem to be happening, hold on.
on a Friday night.
Yeah, this past Friday, I had it in my calendar.
Oh, because probably you put it on for the 28th of January. Oh, wait, that was a Saturday.
Wait a minute. I keep, the format in my phone's calendar changed and it's really, I don't like it. Put that in the
that go in the
minutes,
minutes?
please.
And turned into public record.
Please.
No.
Tim Cook, no.
It's not like
Anytime there's an update with these things,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
I have an HDRB meeting on Friday, February 3rd. So that was,
February 3rd.
I don't know why.
Oh.
No, I knew it was wrong. I was like, we're not meeting on it.
I think, I don't know, I think we'll have to confirm with, Lloyd anyway, because just to
Yeah.
make sure that we actually have something to talk about, but that would be the soonest that I can meet, so
I am gonna be gone that week.
the week of the 27th, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, what, I'm in March, hold on, February? Yeah, February 27th, I am back week, I'm gonna be gone.
you're gone, okay,
But are you gonna be here the week of the 20th?
Of February 20th?
I'm not gonna be here.
You're not.
Yeah, I'm gone for the next two, oh, well, that's not true. I could meet on Valentine's Day, but, I don't think that we'll have anything back to talk about by then.
I swear we did that before. But on Valentine's Day.
We've met all sorts of things.
All right, because we haven't gotten anything from Lloyd.
Right, that's what I'm saying, so I think.
Just wait until he.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
let's
get somebody
send
to
an email around
speculate,
to confirm when we'll have it, because also we want to make sure that the next time we meet is the last time we meet on this topic.
Right, and also, I know I had two resource guides I was supposed to work on, and you were supposed to work on.
Andrew was.
Andrews, okay.
Yeah, I'm checking links and making sure that they work.
Andrew's proofreading of,
Just
further research.
reading the
to make sure
solid.
that these resources have
The
not
dull-
gone out of
yeah.
business in the past 7 years.
Don't have
How
an
about art
AOL
for that
address.
section? Are those the resource guides? Are we?
I think we have everything.
Yeah.
It's lots of text.
Yeah,
Text.
Mostly.
and.
There's a lot of
I
old
think-
illustration there.
Well, the resource guides, I think,
Maybe
are
it's-
things which we can play with over the years.
Yeah. For the sake of just getting it done, I guess.
Getting it done and-
Just focus on the
Let's
text.
see if we can get this out the door.
So I'll email, I'll send an email around with Lloyd and he can, we can determine the next time to meet, but
Okay.
knowing that Todd is away the 28th. Sean is away. the
Has
21st.
the issue concerning the Kirsten's invoice been resolved?
Oh, I don't know. According to Michelle, it was paid.
It was paid.
They were both paid. The two that she was asking about, so.
Okay.
But, and then I haven't heard back from Kristen about it, so I'm assuming, I don't know. The other thing is I sent you guys, I already got Todd's back. I did mine, the
Oh.
CLG thing. So we
Yeah.
need to, the only thing that, there's a lot of paperwork that needs to be kind of
Mhm.
shifted around, but I just need the, you guys, there's a resume form that you just need to
Yep.
fill out.
I have.
Yeah. I
We
remember.
gotta make sure you're qualified.
Sure you're qualified.
That
Having served on the
also-
board
are.
for decades.
that and also, one of the things which I will probably be working on since I finish with the resource guide is we haven't submitted a report to the CO, to SHPO, our CLG report, annual report.
That's what this is.
No. Well, the ones I'm working on is, we didn't submit one for 2020 or 2021.
Oh, right, but that's what this audit has a thing where it says that we need to submit those as well.
Right, and so that's what I'm working on.
Okay,
Because it's, you know,
It's like a form,
how many meetings that you attend, what were
Yeah,
the big issues?
we had to submit hours, like an estimation of hours. or
Well,
something.
and that has to do with the grant, the matching hours for the grant. This was an annual form that, you know, during the course of the pandemic, we just let it go.
anyway,
Because they didn't ask for it, so I didn't
Wow.
offer to do it.
so they're all due, it's due by the end of May, so let's endeavor to have it all done
Yeah.
by the April meeting.
On-
I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All right.
Is this a record?
Oh, pretty close, yeah. Okay.
Half an hour.
Half an hour.
Pretty good.
Nice,
Nicely done.
32 minutes.